All right, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 23rd. We're just getting started with our first cup of coffee, loading into Battle Royale solos for the first time today. It's going to go about as you would expect. So we're going to jump on the bandwagon today, maybe a little bit late for the AK-74. I went ahead and built up an 8 attachment version. I think we're still going to go with our AMAX and HDR loadout first time around. And if we can grab a second loadout, we will go for the AK-74. I don't know that it's not as stable as the Kilo or the AMAX, but the damage profile is better. And we've been dying to a lot of those up close type gunfights. And I'm thinking the difference between the sniper and I don't know, the AK-74, the range that we're going to be shooting it at should be fairly short most of the time. And maybe we can get used to the recoil pattern a little bit. Maybe not. It's a rough recoil. And I think I have it as smooth as I can get it. I don't know. It's pretty good at that range. So we'll say it's okay. Butter, good morning. Welcome in. And Chris Ruiz, good morning. I'm curious about the AK. Yeah, you know, we've tried the AK in the firing range, and we just couldn't get the recoil pattern down the way we like it, so we kind of gave up on it. But everyone else is using it, and I know just because everybody else is doing it, should you? I don't know. In this case, I think probably so. All right, I think we want to get out of the plane early, see if we can grab this car. Oh my goodness, none of this looks good. This car and go over here. With about 1,000 other people. No, and just like that, we are dead. All right, well, when we missed that car, that was pretty much fatal for us. I thought we were going to get enough shots on the guy in the car to wipe him out, but it didn't happen. Luckily, we have time to drink some coffee now. So I see Activision was not serious about keeping everything back to the Modern Warfare theme. They released a new package called with Blunt Man. Can you believe that? So yeah, we're continuing with the garbage skins. I don't know what the next one's going to be. They'll probably have Seinfeld or something. We just about killed ourselves. Alright, got lucky on that. Chris Ruiz, I don't use it because of that reason. Let's see how it goes for you. Yeah, we'll see if we can even get it to work for us. Guess we'll snag this car first, then we will look. Actually, let's loot this building first. See if we get a plate and a gun. Guessing there's no one over here, or else they would have taken that car. Probably going to mess around and somebody's going to snag the car away from us. See where we want to go anyway.
Recon contract marked.
All right, off to the races. Now we really should go as far out as we can get. That may be a little too far, but we'll give it a shot. We want to be way out there for two things. Obviously, we have a truck, so we can pick up speed to get back into circle. But more importantly, so our loadout doesn't fall like in the middle of a bunch of other stuff. And there should just be less people out here. Now we are looking to buy a loadout and get the free loadout today. We want to get the AK-74, but I want to have my HDR. And I guess we could try to build a 5 attachment AK, but it's not very stable as it is. And I didn't go for the recoil springs. I actually put the fast fire rate on it. Man, this is like forever away. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Whoa, just took some front end damage with that turn. Wow. It's pretty bad driving. Not liking how we're lined up in here. But it'll be good enough. Zeppin, you can make a custom match. I don't know what that means. I know in Warzone you can have a custom match, but you do have to have, I think, 50 people to make a custom match in Warzone. So yeah, us getting 50 people all going in the same direction probably isn't very likely. All right, still not enough cash to do much. We're gonna try one more of these. No! Oh, good Lord. That's what you call poor map knowledge.
Check your map.
Probably over the top of that, taking the flare under the chassis is not a good idea. All right, assuming we get this finished up, we're gonna stop this buy station really quick, see if we can snag our loadout. Misfit Gamer, good morning. Vibration control device was inspired engineering. Kudos. Yeah, it works pretty good. Now I actually need to get some of that metal, well, rubber covered metal edging material and get that snagged on, because what I got going is not actually very perfect. All right, we're gonna probably have to skip this buy station and go to another one. Let's see what else we have. We can get up this hill. And then we're gonna get free loadout in a minute. Yeah, I haven't done much with the excavator yet, but we're having a lot of fun with it. I'm sure we'll find some uses for it in a little bit. Come on, grab it, and let's go. There's our free loadout. Looks like it's on the ground about where we need it. Oh, just took some damage from the grenade guy. Surprised he didn't throw another one at us. Luckily, he's going to have to make in circle, so we're going to do the right thing and jump out here in a bush. We shouldn't go too far. Where do we think he's at? There he is. No, that's a butterfly. Alright, we're not going to wait for him. Bad things are going to happen. We might want to try to upgrade our truck. We took a lot of damage there. There's one over here. Things usually go poorly in this part of this map. See, I don't know that that truck is supposed to be there. And we're taking shots from somebody that I have no idea where they're at. Alright, we're off to the races again. So we haven't gotten to shoot our AK yet. But I'm sure we'll find a target eventually. So where is this guy? There he is. He's gonna have to run. All right, well, we don't want to get too far away from our car here. I think he's behind that building. Again, nothing good is going to happen chasing that guy, most likely. Wow, okay. Through the fence, he got us. That wasn't even close to a shot. X-Demon, good morning. Welcome in. David Tyndall, good morning. C-Tuck, good morning. All right, well, we deserved that. Game's a little sketchy this morning. All right, so we had one kill, and I guess we died once. Or twice. I guess we only died once. Frustrating. Yeah, we were just shooting with that sniper too much and standing out in the open. We actually aimed down sight once and we didn't move. We aimed down sight a second time and that went poorly. Cellboard 53, good morning. X-Demon, good morning. And Kinsey, good morning. Hope your morning is going well. All of you night owls are up or early morning people, I guess. Probably a mix of both. So I was looking at the AMAX versus the AK, and if you look at the damage profiles, so let's go to my AMAX first. So the AMAX is 62 headshot, 42 upper chest, and then 39 for the body with a fire rate of 632. So if we just take the 42 value, 42 times 632, we have the potential of a 26,544 damage on that. And if we look at the AK, we have a 54 head. So headshots aren't as much, but 45 for the upper torso. So let's use the 45. Oh, we're not going to get a chance. We're launching. But the damage is a little bit less, but the fire rate is a lot more. So overall, you're above 30,000. So it's like a, well, what's the difference here? Let me look at the map. So it's about a 4,000 damage swing on that. And I don't know what any of that means, but obviously more is better. Kenzie says, haven't been to bed like usual. Yeah, sometimes when you work at night, you come home, it's kind of hard to unwind immediately and go right to bed. Kenzie, yeah, we're doing well. Everything is about like you would expect. James Pendleton, good morning. All right, same strategy, different day. We could actually go really late. Probably try to grab these two items would be the best. Of course, everyone else on the map's going to probably go for the same thing. This seems to be the strategy now. Take a car, get a recon, grab like 2 or 3 recons. It is what it is. Kenzie, off today and tomorrow, so clean, doing some stuff before try to watch a little bit of the stream. It's good to have a couple days off. James Pendleton worked the 10 to 6 overnight. I know what you mean. Yeah, I've never really had an overnight job. Actually, that's not true. Right out of high school, I worked for Kmart as nighttime security. Well, actually, I was still in high school. I don't know why they would let a high school kid run around the store at night at Kmart, but you know, you end up sleeping a lot, I guess. But yeah, it was the same thing. You get off in the morning and it's like, yeah, I think I'm not going to go right to sleep. Where are you? Wow, good lord. We were just swinging at the fences and hoping we hit something. That was about as ugly as it gets. Alright, let's go get our contract. Actually, another gun would be good. Maybe a plate to take with us. Alright, now let's go get our contract. Yeah, I don't think either one of us were doing well there. That person had no business pushing because they obviously couldn't shoot a pistol or swing their fists.
Good work. Hold down the point.
There's 2 people right down the hill from us. Don't want to lose my car. If we hear footsteps, we're going to run straight for our car. Now, sometimes in my computer career, if we did some big configuration changes or something, we would pull all-nighters. And those, you know, you usually worked all day, and then you have to work all night. So, yeah, you would crash as soon as you get home. There was no staying up and hanging out. Probably should have looted a little bit, came up with an extra $1,000, so we didn't have to go grab another contract. Oh my goodness. Do not let me drive your car. We have somebody close.
Check your back. A marked the point containing enemy intel nearby. Capture it.
All right. Finn Cobb, first time chat. How you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Thanks for showing up on Twitch this morning. All right, well, we're just going to sit here and grab this thing. We have a couple of circles. We're going to try for another one after this. But we are going to grab our loadout right behind us first. Finn Cobb, how long have you been playing COD? I actually started COD shortly after Verdansk came out the first time. My son and I were playing Fortnite back then, and with COVID, obviously you got to play something. But yeah, we started playing way back in the day, and we've given it up a couple times, but overall we've been playing it pretty consistent. I say we. My son doesn't really play it anymore. He works way too much. And he has 2 daughters now, so he has other priorities. All right, we got another car right in front of us. Got somebody across the street. Again, we're not in a gunfight situation right now. We're just going to go this contract. And then we'll sort that out. This should be our last contract that we're going to work on.
Good work. Hold down the point until it's secure.
So if somebody comes through this back door, we really have no choice but blast out of here. Yeah, I think COVID is what made Warzone. I think if Warzone or COVID wasn't a thing, Warzone would have been just another game mode in Call of Duty. And not many of us were really into Call of Duty that much. I mean, yeah, we would all go and, I don't know, what would we do? We'd play zombies sometimes just to hang out with each other. And somebody threw a grenade, but I don't know where he's at. He's on the train track with a sniper. And as long as we keep our driver window away from him, he really can't do much to us. We're gonna go find this bounty. Oh, he's in the car. AK-74 for the win. Let's see how his truck is. Oh, he has a no damage vehicle, so we're going to go ahead and put that under there just in case somebody else wants it. And how's our circle looking? We want to get as far back here as we can. And our strategy is just to stay deep in the gas or deep in the circle with our car. We have 20 grand, so we can hit a buy station in a few minutes. You know, I was saying that we have our AK-74, but we don't. I kind of messed up and I painted them the same. So we need to get this other loadout. We really shouldn't be in a hurry for it, though. Maybe we could snag on this buy station over here. FinCobb, I was thinking about buying BO6, just crazy expensive. Yeah, I mean, unless you really enjoy the multiplayer aspect, I don't think I would waste the money on BO6. I mean, I bought it just because, but I never, ever play it. I think when BO6 first came out, I think we all played it a little bit, and I got tired of the BO6 Omni movement thing. And I've actually turned most of that off in Warzone. Like all the slide assist, backward slide assist, all that stuff we've gotten rid of. All right, self-revive, gas mask. Let's go with a precision and a munitions box. That should give us enough stuff. But, you know, some people are really into the multiplayer modes, and if that's your game, then yeah, absolutely grab it. But you can't really level up guns in BO6 any faster than you could level them up in Warzone. It used to be you would jump in and grind a few games of multiplayer and level a gun up. They've made the leveling so slow now, just to keep everybody engaged, that it takes forever. Man, this is hard on the suspension. All right, we're looking out in the distance for targets of opportunity, just people like running around, but I haven't seen anybody yet. Yeah, FinCobb, to level up guns, it does not help anymore. It used to be that was the way to do it, but not anymore. And I can see how you get frustrated in Warzone saying it's impossible to level things up. But it's the same in BO6. You're better off in Plunder or, well, I guess Zombies you would have to have the game. So where did that snipe come in from? Alright, well, that's what you get for stalking me there. Kind of want our AK, though. Obviously, he was just watching our loadout. And we're off to the races. We have 3 kills so far. Kinsey, feels like the prestige takes forever also. You know, I haven't prestiged once. I'm still level 55. I keep getting the notification to prestige. I don't know what it does for you. You know, if they gave you something like, I don't know, free lunch, I would probably do it. All right, we got to find a target here. We really should go ahead and drop our munitions box. Reload our tacticals and lethals. We might already have them. Let's see. Now we have enough. Let's don't do that yet. We dropped 1 prox mine, but we have another one that we could. Oh, we got a guy up here. Nice. Where are you, buddy? In the tower? I feel like he was in this little house. Oh, don't worry. We're not leaving you alone down there. We're just getting us a better spot. Pretty sure he's in that little house. Gotta watch the gas. No, he ran away. So much for the AK-74. Wow, I think we would have had him with the AMAX. I don't know. Jay Swan, glad to reach past Prestige 10. Waste of time. Got tired of having to recreate my weapon classes. Yeah, that was one problem with the Prestige. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to relock everything. And you start over again. It's like, really? It was hard enough the first time. Why would I want you to start over? Alright. It's kind of bad. And I'm sure all our gear is now in the gas. Luckily, we do have some information. Ooh, no, that's not a good thing. Yeah, I guess we're going to go... I guess we're just going to jump on the ground and loot a little bit. See if we can do this old style. We do have a little bit of intel. Might be able to steal his car. If he's smart enough to get out for us. Guess he's not going to do that. Just need to keep coming up with cash. Hit the spy station. Get our loadout again. The compact is pretty good. I think we're going to go with that. Wow. I just say wow. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. What kind of gun is that? What is that? The D13 sector. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what he was trying to accomplish there. All right, well, we don't have time to just sit here, so we're gonna probably take this car over to that buy station, I'm guessing. Better compact? We should probably use his heartbeat sensor. Third partied here somewhere. We were getting third partied from somewhere. We would have killed this guy, but somebody else was sniping on us. Jay Swan, I see people who are maxed out at 1,000. They need some grass in their future. Yeah, you got to go outside every day and touch grass. I don't think sitting in front of your console playing all day is a healthy way to live. All right, we had 5 kills, 2 deaths. Pretty horrible. That was the saw blade. Oh, you know what that was? It was the I think the Ninja Turtle saw blade launcher. That is like the worst weapon in the world. I can't imagine why anybody would use that. Let's go look at it really quick because it's pretty pathetic. I think we can put it, it's a special weapon. Yeah, the D13 Sector. So this thing, if you look at the gunsmith on it, it's showing 0 damage across the board. 0 damage, effective damage range is 150 meters, which is pretty crazy. Fire rate's 82 rounds per second, 3,000 bullet velocity. But I have no idea. I don't know what it does. It says it has no damage. Does it really have no damage? We don't know. Well, that is not what we want. We want the Modern Warfare 2 RPG 7, which is the classic RPG loadout. All right, let's get back in there and do betterish. Krelush, the Fang is horrible. You know, you see the Fang 82 is ground loot all the time, and you know, you pick it up, and as soon as you find an AMAX or a Kilo or something like that, you just drop that Fang right on the ground and switch it up. J Swan, I'm running the AMAX or HDR and AK. Yeah, I do that also. I have my primary loadout is the AMAX with the HDR. So I have a 5 attachment AMAX, and I do the monolithic suppressor, the gain twist barrel, the vertical foregrip, extended mag, and recoil springs. So the damage isn't that great, but it is super rock stable when you shoot it. We could almost probably get rid of the recoil springs and go to rapid fire. It loses a little bit of bullet velocity, gains a little bit of fire rate, maybe overpressured. I don't know that I need overpressured, but it does up your damage profile quite a bit. I just don't know if we can go without the recoil springs. Let's try it real quick while we're launching here. See if it will let me change loadouts. Yeah, I think we can go without recoil springs. No further than we're going to be shooting this thing. I mean, I'm having problems with that farthest target. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I don't know why we haven't done that in the past. We should also change the color of this AK because obviously we'll get confused. So let's see what unlocked camos we have. Red, probably not good for hiding. Zebra stripes, sure, we'll go with zebra stripes. That looks just like what we have already, so I don't know that that's going to help any. We still won't know the difference. Like clockwork, good morning. The LTV probably needs a tune-up now. Yeah, that LTV was taking some damage. I kind of hope, well, there's an update today. There's a warning that says at noon Eastern today, we're going to have some updates coming out. I don't know if they're going to tweak the LTVs because in solos, at least, that's the only strategies that's working is grab an LTV, drive around, intimidate people, and get last circle. It used to be we had the RPGs, we had the long-range C4s that you could throw, but I don't think the C4s throw that far anymore. And the RPGs have been hit with a couple, so they are a thing, but just not like it used to be. James Pendleton says free with Xbox Game Pass. What do we get free with the Xbox Game Pass? The Ninja Turtles? I don't know. The game? Oh, you get the Call of Duties free with the Xbox Game Pass. Well, that makes sense. What's the Game Pass now? I think it's like $100, isn't it? And then you're on it for a monthly subscription or something. I'm not much of a subscriber. I just never ever join anything. Even things like Netflix. I don't think I've ever joined Netflix. Usually when we have family come over, they say, what, you don't have Netflix? And they'll sign in with theirs. And we'll use that until it doesn't work anymore. And then someone else will show up and say, what, you don't have Netflix? And they'll put in their credentials. Yeah, we have I don't know. We used to have a huge, like a 400 DVD carousel back in the day. You know, back when DVDs were a thing. Let's go for the AK-74. Might as well get some practice with this thing. And also back in the day, there were DVD burning programs that you could download and rip your DVDs into MP4 files. So we have all of our old movies ripped to MP4. We have a network storage device that would keep everything on. And you can also download series like Star Trek Next Generation. Well, all the Star Trek series. Family Guy, Archer. You know, you can get all these series online. So we've downloaded all those on it. So now if internet ever goes out or the apocalypse happens, we can still watch our movies. So that's a good thing. All right, we've got a big old circle. Not a lot of help. It's covering pretty much the whole map. Which makes the car strategy a little more difficult. But I think we're going to stick to late outside. I think we might try to snag this contract. Or get up this hill and just grab the last contract and come back down and hope that car is still there. Which it won't be. But we're going to try it anyway. It's like one or the other. You can go for the contract or the car, but you're not going to get both. Good Lord. No, we should have just shot him. We weren't going to get out of that anyway. There were multiple people around. That was just bad. At some point, you should just jump away from a spot. If there's more than one person with you, it's not going to go well. All right, looks like we're going to play a TTKX TTV guy. What does that mean? That he's on Twitch? I think that's what that means. I hate those Twitch people. They're all cheaters. No, I have no idea. It's probably this guy right here with the Skeletor Terminator skin. And if so, if he kills us in the gulag with a Terminator skin, we're going to report him just because he's cheating. Anybody with a Terminator skin is automatically treating. So, U.S. Merkin. Merkin? Is Merkin a word? What's up, Merkin? Look, now he thinks he knows me. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, we're going to report him just because he has a Terminator skin. That's the only reason. Not because he was good or anything. Or that I actually think he was cheating. It's just Terminator skin. Bad form. It's like wearing your sister's clothes out in public. You probably shouldn't do that. I don't know. Ah, horrible. All right, let's look at the barracks. I'm sure our KD has taken a turn for the worst. Actually, we're holding steady at a 1.7, so that's about what it has been. Our last 10 games looks like 5th place, 2nd place. So 5th is as good as we've done today, I guess. 3rd. We did have a 1st place a couple days ago on stream, but that's, man, that seems like a long time ago now. Oh my goodness. We might need more coffee. I think that might be the problem. I was thinking Krell should have reminded us to get coffee. So I went to the auction with my brother this last weekend. I picked up a little Chinese mini excavator. I've been having fun getting that thing all tuned up and ready to go. It needs some more stuff added to it. It's really hot because the engine or motor is right underneath the seat that you sit on. And it doesn't seem to have a lot of airflow in there. So I'm going to add a couple 12-volt cooling fans in there, like a radiator fan. I think that'll help it out a lot. And it probably also needs a hydraulic filter. I didn't see one. And obviously any type of contaminants. All right, yeah, this thing is a little erratic on recoil. But if you get your shots in, it's pretty good. Kinsey kills. I hate that skin. Yeah, I almost dislike the Terminator skin worse than the Groot skin. And the Groot skin was my nemesis back in the day. I mean, we just didn't like it at all. Almost to the point of the word hate would come to mind. It's like the hitbox didn't line up with the skin or something. There's something not quite right about it. All right, we're going to take the truck, and then we're going to wait and see if there's any recons left and go for it. I think going straight for a contract is just the kiss of death. Probably going straight for a truck is not too smart either. We have a guy off to our right. So either he got a late jump or he's going to the hangar next to the truck. Don't hit the street sign. And now we'll look for contracts. We got this one way out here. I would think somebody would have already grabbed that if they were going to. Or they're looting up before they grab it. And we will get there about the same time they do. So I think the update that's coming out, they're going to be adding the train back in. And the train used to be a lot of fun. Back in the day, there was a recon contract on the train. All right, so there's someone here. Someone has looted all of this up. Probably shouldn't wait around and see what goes wrong here. We should just get back in our truck and go get our contract. So the guy that looted that building didn't want any part of whatever that contract was. No way. Oh my goodness. Watch this. Yeah, I would say absolutely cheating. Every shot was just like from hip fire to straight aim down sight with no...
Oh, now you Jake Paul, huh?
With no delay at all. So, I don't know. I just think everybody's cheating. Aaron Ellis, good morning. How you doing, Vargas?
What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Ooh.
So yeah, frustrating. All we had to do was stay in our truck. We didn't have to chase that guy, but we did. Is this Dr. Sean in here with us? Dr. Schmack. It's not Dr. Sean. It's a different doctor. All right. A little bit of not good.
Recon contract marked.
We have another parachute right above us. Not sure what his plans are. Probably not the gun we needed. Really, you're just going to sit here and guard that contract?
Containing enemy intel.
Nice job.
Capture this for information on.
So this is what the game has come into. So you get people just leaving a contract in a building, sitting on a file cabinet, just waiting. I mean, I guess there's worse ways to get a kill. At least he didn't have a Terminator skin on. Or a Ninja Turtle. Alright. Eye up. Hey, whatever makes them feel good. Yeah, absolutely. That's all it is. Dr. Sean says, nope, it wasn't him. Ratfest. You know, it was kind of odd that that was the only contract in the area that wasn't grabbed. I was like, yeah, there's something wrong with that contract. Either it's glitched in a wall, or there's someone sitting there watching it. And I guess we know what the answer to that is. All right, we're going to re-coffee. I'll be right back. You know, you would think with our high production budget, we would have Mrs. P bring us coffee in the morning. But that's not going to happen. All right. So what did we do wrong that time? Obviously, getting out of the truck early, trying to get an easy kill on the guy out in the open, that was a problem. He was like a level 1 and he had like impeccable aim. It's like he didn't even know where you were. He turned that direction, aimed down sight, and shot, like quick scoping, with an AR from, I don't know, 100 meters out. Didn't miss a shot. So that's pretty good. And that's why we kind of have to stick to the car strategy and really stick to it. Don't get out of the car except to get your loadout. And at a buy station that's way far away from everything. Don't go up in buildings. You know, there's so many rules to deal with. Game is a little glitchy. We are so far away from people. We can't hit nothing from here. But that's okay. Kinsey kills, cheating, camping a contract. Oh, I don't know if that's cheating. It's just, I mean, he'll end the game with 1 kill. All right. Let's go for this car here. It seems like the least of the 3 around it. The least contested, and then we'll look for a contract after we get the car secured. Assuming we can get the car secured. There are parachutes around us. I don't see any other shadows on the ground. Gonna head back up this hill. That contract just disappeared, I think. No, it didn't. Really should ping it so we know where it's at in this house.
Recon contract marked.
This is how we died last time. Almost stood in there too long. And the right thing to do is go get our contract and not worry about these gunfights. It's on the low ground. Yeah, sometimes you get tied up in the gunfight that really doesn't matter much, and then it puts you behind on other stuff. No, the first guy that killed you, I mean, yeah, he was definitely cheating. We got a guy that just landed here somewhere. Guessing he's just laying there.
Intel point activated. Now ensure the point is secure.
How am I not hitting him? Were we shooting the fence? I don't think we were shooting the fence. Man, we are struggling.
Here we go.
Not sure what we should have done there. I think getting out and shooting at the guy was the right move. Maybe switching seats and shooting. I thought for sure he was going to come right up next to us and throw like a Molotov on the car. All right. Well, we can't cry over spilled milk. Is that a thing? And who's actually doing the crying? Is it like your mom does the crying because the milk spilled? Oh my goodness. EOD, he's the king chat. Absolutely cheating. He literally pumps and slaps these lobbies. Wow. I don't know what that means. All right. I guess we don't have a lot to go for here. I guess maybe a scavenger, and we're going to go old school. The other option would be grab this car and get to the other side of the map. That's probably a better option for us. Just about lagged into the ground. At some point, contracts won't matter because we'll get our free loadout. Uh-oh. But I guess we do need a loadout if we want to get the AK, because I don't have a good AK sniper build. Now, we've learned not to try to drive your car in here because it will get stuck. And it gives us an option to put on some plates. It's me, Homeless Kirk. EOD's having a I think EOD might be having a stroke. Somebody needs to check him out. I think we could actually drive our car down here, but there is a gate. This is pretty bad. We have a 30-round AMAX. I love hoarder homes. Always have. Man. Yeah, EOD, I don't know what's going on. Love the stream. Thanks for that. Howie, what is going on over on YouTube? I hope all is well with you. All right. This looks like we have a problem right out front. I'm gonna take all your stuff. I don't know what you have, but it's got to be better than what we don't have. A C9 and an AMAX with a red dot optic on it. That's kind of cool, I guess. We see another contract's worth grabbing. Everything's bounties. I mean, we could grab one just to get it. We still need a self-revive in case we get sniped. There's a car at the firehouse. I don't think it's supposed to be there. Let's just go get our loadout drop. We're gonna go for the AK. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, we got hit by the guy on the roof. And some splash damage from our own rocket. Absolutely melted that guy. Yeah, that wasn't good. That was poor. The guy at the subway station. Yeah, he wasn't that good. He had his loadout. But that C9 just doesn't hit like it should. That used to be our go-to SMG, but I don't think anybody's really running SMGs on this map. I think the short-range meta is still the AK-74 and an HDR. Excuse me, I had a little sneeze going there. Run it back. We are running it back. Battle Royale solos. We're going to go again. I'd like to get... Someone said there's a way to do an 8-attachment gunfighter build with overkill. And I think it was Robbie Killer 72 said that. Somehow you can grab, like, build 2 exact loadouts, one with a 5 attachment, one with an 8 attachment, and then edit it, and it would come back the other way. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back. All right, don't worry. Mrs. P took care of me. Not like that. Come on, guys. All right. And good morning, Melanie. I didn't see you over there on YouTube. Hope all is well with you today. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just guessing she's over there. She never puts anything in chat. Big Slim, good morning. I didn't see you jump in up there on Twitch. So yeah, I started the story that when we went to the auction, we got this little Chinese excavator, been playing with it a little bit. Got a video out on YouTube yesterday, I think. And I also picked up a John Deere side-by-side. It's a Gator XUV something. I have no idea what it is. It's for Mrs. B to run around the mountain with. EOD, imagine being live 7 days a week and averaging 18 to 21 hours a day. You would be a billionaire and mega famous. Yeah, I don't enjoy streaming that much to do that. I mean, I like it for a couple hours in the morning. I get to drink my coffee, hang out with you guys. I don't think I want to be a mega streamer. And I don't know. Big Slim, how was your Easter? Easter was good. Didn't find any eggs. I never could find my Easter basket, so I don't know what my mom was thinking. She normally takes care of that for me.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
And Kosher Biscuit, what's up? Any dubs today? No, the best we've done today I think is like 5th place. We've been struggling. We've been making a lot of foolish mistakes. We could go ahead and just radically ratchet back our expectations here and go camping. All right, let's grab this car, this contract, and we're going to try to slow roll the whole game. Kosher Biscuit, you'd be good. You explain things and why you do it. Yeah, I know. I mainly just explain things so I don't forget it as much. Medic, good morning. How's your day going? Medic is a friend of mine from high school. He plays Warzone. I actually played some Resurgence with him and the squad last night. Devious Aiden Ross gets paid 30K per hour on 5K per hour on stream. Yeah. I don't know. I think I enjoy life too much to stream all day. I'm retired. I don't need the money. I mean, I know that's kind of arrogant to say, but I really don't need the money. You know, getting in these cars is so delayed that you end up not thinking you're in, and then you jump back out again. I know this guy just landed up here, but we've decided we're not going to do that. See if he's going for our contract. And we found the best way is just to send your car off the hill. It usually doesn't take any damage unless it falls upside down. But if you ride it down, it takes a lot of damage, so your mileage may vary.
Check your map. I'll mark the point containing enemy intel nearby. Capture it for information on the next
Shotgun? Man, we are not good with a shotgun. You know we have the guy up the hill from us. Uh-oh. That'll take the paint off. I always end up shooting the car because of the delay. Yeah, I'll get in the car, I'll get out of the car, I'll get in the car, then I'll get shot, get in the car, get out of the car, and die. 50K an hour, that's pretty amazing. I mean, it's no wonder that all these streamers cheat. They have so much on the line to, you know, they feel like they have to get all the kills, and if they don't, they're going to lose all this money.
Now ensure the point is secure.
I don't get it. I don't understand. All right. I think after this, we're just going to go up here, grab our loadout. Should be okay. We're not going to have enough. We're going to be a little bit short. Is there another contract close by? There's this one.
Capture complete. Hell of a job. Uploading information on the next gas spread.
Definitely take the HDR instead of the LDR. I don't know what the difference is, except for one level, one letter. See if I can get our 6,000 before we get down that hill. Probably shouldn't worry about it, just get the contract. I'm expecting to find a contract camper here shortly.
Enemy intel located. Capture and secure
Definitely take
intel.
the SOG over the KC9. This thing is brutal up close. Oh, we got somebody getting a loadout. A couple houses over from where we're at, so.
Good work. Hold down the
Is he coming back? He is.
Well done, soldier. Check your map for the next gas spread location.
Wow. I didn't know there was a jump spot to get on the roof, but apparently there is.
Fight to win redeployment.
Devious, Aiden Ross don't play Warzone. He just streams. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I've seen some people that just stream. They're not doing anything. I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing. Are you guys okay? Wow. You know, you see some people on just streaming and chatting, and I don't get it. I mean, if you did something like that, you'd have to have like bullet points. Here's the things we're going to talk about today and spend time on it. You kind of see what's going to happen and what's going on. I don't know. I mean, you got to do something.
Redeployment.
So,
Failure means
I mean, more power to him. If he's doing good, awesome. He wasn't trying very hard, was he? Snarky Goblin, good morning. Devious, like he does slots a lot, just chatting, but his kick deal got him paid well. That's kind of good. You know, I did kick back when it first came out, I think. I don't know who turned me on to it. I think it was CPU22 girl. Kick came out, and they were going to pay streamers like a lot of money just to sign up and stream. And we all did it. And within about a month of everybody signing up, they said, yeah, we didn't really mean, the CEO came out and said, yeah, we really didn't mean that we were going to pay you that much. And they was like, well, okay, enjoy your life. I'm not gonna fall for the bait and switch on that. And it kind of turned me off to the whole situation. All right, we got the gas rolling in pretty fast. We have no car, so we're going to be hoofing it. Got our loadout coming in right next to the contract. There's 2 boxes, it looks like. Got somebody close.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
I'm thinking he's on top of the building. We're going to have to hurry if we want to win this. I don't think we're going to have time to get it anyway. Got this guy right behind us.
Intel point activated.
I'm going to snag this car. So we know there's a guy in that building behind us, but I don't know. That's got to be his loadout sitting there. Here he comes now.
Intel point captured. Great work. You've earned a peek at the next category.
Got another guy behind us we need to worry about. Wherever that other car guy was.
Hostile UAV.
We didn't get a reload in on our gun, so we need to just roll out of here. Got somebody doing something down here. Let's reload while we're in the car. Wow. I am hard on the equipment. So this guy just got his loadout, but I don't think he has a car. I don't see him anywhere. I'm guessing he got swallowed by the gas. Yeah, I think what they did is they just opened up Kick. They tried to get all the big Twitch streamers, told everybody, hey, we're going to pay you a ton of money. And then whichever ones, I guess, got adopted quickly, they probably kept their deals with them and told everybody else, you know what, we don't really need you. All right, we got 17 grand. We would like to get a self-revive. I don't know if we do it with this truck running around us. I guess we want to. What else do we need? We need something. We have a UAV. I don't want to damage my truck. But if we can intimidate this guy to get out, maybe good things can happen. Probably not. Brandon Kirkham, good morning. King Bing, good morning. Yeah, I think Kick started out as kind of a gambling site or a casino site, something like that. So it makes sense that slots would have parlayed well for him. Where's this guy? On the tower? He's up on that tower.
Gas is closing in. Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted.
I know you're in there. We can't stand here very long. Did he jump? Guessing he was waiting for us to move. His car looks as bad as ours. We're gonna get a little further away from this guy and then wait for him for a second. I think it's still up there, right? I didn't see him jump. We broke his plates, and I'm pretty sure he's up there. He's got to be thinking about jumping. So can you change seats and actually shoot out of this thing? Probably not.
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. Enemy UAV.
There he is. I didn't expect him to be way down here. I guess we're gonna leave the truck because it's not in good shape. Let's see if we can get to this guy's truck really quick. Oh, it's in much better shape than ours was anyway. Alright, we gotta stop somewhere, get a little maintenance done on our plate situation. Little reload. And we're off to the races again. Lupin, change seats, then press E to lean out. Got it. I mean, I can push E to lean out as a driver and shoot, but it's just not very good. I don't think my dexterity is good enough to do that, shoot, and get back in. All right, we got 16 grand. What do we need? Guess we don't really need much. We're a little light on ammo. Let's go ahead and get a munitions box. Unless we find some here really quick. Get it on the ground. Pick this thing back up. I guess that's all we really need. Maybe a new gas mask so we're not one tick short. How's our circle looking? Kind of just want to camp out over here for a few minutes. Go listen to the seagulls do their seagull thing. I don't know if that bridge is wide enough for us. We're gonna go to an easier crossing. It works on other seats. Gotcha. Yeah, if I could keep going forward, I think it might. Oh, we got a guy on a four-wheeler. He's gonna be able to outrun us. Go faster, little man. All right, we're gonna. Oh, I was gonna say if he was gonna stay in front of us, we were gonna try a seat change, but I don't think it was gonna work. Because as soon as you leave the driver's seat, obviously you slow down. I hear gunfire. Sounds close. I don't see the people. And we really need to keep our driver's window away from any action. I think that's pretty much the only side that you're vulnerable to sniper fire. And even that's not an easy shot. Somebody has to really be cheating good to get a kill on you in these things. Just looking at all the rooftops, looking for somebody. Anybody. Gunfire sounds closer than it is. Got a guy on the building next to us. We know we're going to have people on top of train station. Just looking for sniper glint. Robbie Killer, good morning. We are doing the Robbie Killer 72 vehicle strat. We had 3 recons. We got a car in front of us. We have a UAV. We don't want to fly it yet. We're just going to hang out. We had a guy on that red roof over there. Let this circle compress out of these buildings. So we only have 4 kills. Got a guy right over here somewhere. We just saw him on the mini map. He's in that tent. I don't know that we challenge him. I think we're going to go away from him just because we know where he's at. Man, there's like 12 people, 12 cars lined up down here. That was bad. Not good. Now we just cooked our gas mask. We want the high ground if we can get it. Stuck on the... Need all your plates. All right, we're gonna push this guy because he's gonna be one of our biggest threats. At least get him away from our buy station. Get off the buy station.
Requesting close air. Target marked.
It's probably a little further than what we needed.
Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Copy that. Longbow 3-1's on station. Going inbound.
Now it's time to run over every bush. Why is his car zipping around so fast? I think he wants that buy station. We're going to let those two up there find each other. There's two other people. We want to keep our driver's door away from the center of the circle. That was just dumb. Why did we jump out? Just because we missed the guy doesn't mean stop. Pull my finger. What's Robbie Killer? I guess he kills Robbies. Yes, pull my finger. Robbie Killer kills Robbies. Absolutely. Alright, that was just bad. There was no reason to get out of the car. I felt bad because we missed the guy. We should have just kept circling. Those two would have found each other. Some of your squad mates are still playing. I don't think so. Lupin, discipline. Yeah, we needed some discipline there. That was, and we know if you jump out of the car within like, I don't know, 5 meters of somebody, it's their aim assist doesn't get broken, so they will stick on you like glue. So we had 5 kills, 3rd place, not good. Kosher Biscuit, good game. Yeah, should have been better. Should have bought a UAV. We flew a UAV, and then we dropped some kill streaks on the dots we saw. That last circle, though, I mean, we knew there were 2 guys on foot. There was no mystery there. It's just the circle was getting smaller. I panicked when I missed him. I thought, well, we'll just jump out and shoot him real quick. And yeah, we couldn't go to guns quick enough. And it probably wouldn't have mattered. Even if we did, the other guy would have third-partied us. Because when there's 3 people, usually the last person to engage is the winner. You know, he'll just sit back and let you guys fight and hit the weak one at the end. So we definitely got to be more patient when it comes to that. But we'll take a 3rd place. Let's see how our KD is doing. I'm sure it's slipping a little bit. No, we're still at 1.7, so we haven't missed much. And that was a 3rd place. It's not on the list yet. So our best today, that was our best game today. The other best game was 5th place. But it is a lot of driving. You know, there should be a way to turn the volume of the vehicles down. Like clockwork, I said the UAV comment when you initially left the buy station without buying anything, LOL. Yeah, I was a little late reading chat. My bad, clockwork. Well, there were 2 kill streaks on the ground sitting there, so it was like, well, we have to fly a UAV just to see who's doing what, and then drop some kill streaks on anything we can. All right, let's see if we can get some AK-74 hits on somebody. You know, I don't feel like it moves very quick. I don't know if that means much. Like, my aim down sight's fine, but when I go to aim like left, right, up, and down, it seems sluggish. And I may have turned that down for any optics. I know with the iron sight AMAX it works pretty good, but that didn't feel like I was connected to the aiming. It was a good last circle until you jumped out of the vehicle. Yeah, that was the downfall to that whole thing. Jumping out of the vehicle was not good. All right. Well, we could go early. Try to grab this car. Get all the way out here for a contract. Might be aggressive. not aggressive, but it might be a little far to fly. "900 meters. Sure seems like a long way. At some point, it's better just to get on the ground and take a quad or something else. But I think it's good to grab a vehicle early. You know, get it all decked out the way you want it. Get your air freshener on the windshield, and that contract's probably going to unmark before we get to it. See if we can get there without lining our grill up on a tree.
Check your map. I marked the point containing enemy intel nearby. Capture it for information on the extraction.
Now my first thought is to keep looting here a little bit, but I think we'll be better off served to settle this contract first. It's one of these out in the open, so we should just be able to park next to it. And don't hit the flare. If you go over the top of it, the flare will damage your car, so that's not good. All right. We are pretty far out here by ourselves. The next contract for us would be over here somewhere if we can get there. We're not going to get enough cash out of this to do anything. We probably should put this on our truck. And we're off to the races again. Devious got some churro donut bites from Costco. Wow. Okay. Are you going to share? I don't think you could snack watching the stream without sharing. Looks like it's at a nice spot if we can get our vehicle in there. Man, it just seems sketchy as F here. We can actually go buy right after this and then get the next contract. Make sure there's nobody hard scoping us right before we jump out and grab the loot.
Capture complete. Hell of a job. Uploading information.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive backing up. Where's Wise Man when you need him? Wise Man's a truck driver, so he backs up for a living. boxes are not open here. That's usually a good sign.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
No! Huh.
Good to be back.
What? Okay. Well, that worked less than successful. All right. Don't do that. Whatever that was not good. Make sure we got nobody
You'll be
hard scoping this thing.
invaders survive. Mark the point of attack. Enemy intel. Capture and
Cliffy Floor says do that again. No, don't ever do that. That was horrible. I thought we lost our car. We were super lucky that the gas wasn't like right on top of us or something. All right, so we are hunted. There's gas coming really quick. Probably being down here is not a good idea.
intel point activated. Now ensure the point is secure.
I don't think we're gonna have time to do this. It's gonna be super close. It's not even gonna be
The
close.
enemy lost track of you. Good work down there.
Yeah, so that pit stop that we took, waiting for our truck to come off the top of that other truck, kind of messed us up. So we're gonna go for the free loadout, see if we can. Oh, it's on the roof. Not a fan of that. So much for the free loadout. Gonna grab our self-revive. Of course. Buy station camping, loadout camping, contract camping. Cliffy Floors, not sure you could ever replicate that. Yeah, I was just trying to ghost ride my truck over that hill so I didn't take damage. And it landed and stopped right on top of a burned out truck. It's all right though. Luckily we were able to
Success means redeployment.
jump off the cliff and grab it.
Means elimination.
C9's in the gulag. That's kind of weird. Wow. Okay.
Right. Time to head back to
That was not good. We had a good setup all the way along. Everything was working for us. Then we fell behind on that one contract and pushing the buy station without... That truck had just blown up, so we knew the guy was probably close by. And he was. He was in the building just waiting. Like clockwork, only DP would get a car stuck on top of another car. Yeah. That was pretty cool, though. 007, good morning. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing goodish. I remember back in the original Verdansk days, kind of late Verdansk, when the game was kind of, it wasn't falling apart, but they had ruined the map. They put the Nakatomi Tower in, they had an earthquake and destroyed the downtown area. And it was just like, yeah, it's not fun anymore. We used to just get in a squad of 4. We would all grab trucks or cars or whatever and just run around the map, kind of in formation. And just anybody you could find running around, you just close in on them and try to run them over. So it turned into just like a GTA type setup. We weren't even worried about winning the games anymore. We're almost out of coffee again. That's a problem. So what time is it? It's well, 8:14 in the morning. And I only have 5 friends on right now. We have Captain D, Tweaker, Snarky Goblin, and that's it. It shows a couple other people online, but I don't know. I'm guessing the honeymoon phase is over for Warzone. Still, a lot of people are enjoying the casual mode, but it's not casual anymore. I think all the sweats have jumped out of the normal mode and went to casual mode. All right, I do want to thank everybody on Twitch and YouTube this morning. We're hovering around 30 to 40 occasionally on Twitch, and we're about 20 to 25 on YouTube. So thank you for hanging out this Wednesday morning with me. I know we have a lot of regulars here that are always here and a few new people, so that's awesome. Today after stream, it's going to be a little bit rainy, so I don't think I have any outside projects to do, but I might go up to the blacksmith shop. I have an axe that I've been working on. It's not a railroad spike axe. It's a regular mild steel wrapped eye axe, kind of a full-size wood chopping axe blade. I've been taking my time on it. I really didn't want to rush it too much. And it's looking pretty good, but I got to get it on the grinder and clean it up. So that's what I'll be doing this today, at least in the morning. Spending time on the grinder. And then after that, I want to work on an offset turned handle. So I have been making axe handles with just put the handle on the lathe and make it round and then sand the edges later to make it like egg shaped. But I think I can do what's called an offset turning, where I chuck it up in 2 different places and turn it and make it kind of egg shaped to start with. So that's going to be our plan. All right, we have 2 cars here in Boneyard. I think the close one's going to be more contentious. We're going to go for the further one and look for this contract. We have a couple other options for contracts out here. But it looks like the circle is going to be Quarry, Lumber, TV station, somewhere in there. So we should be okay over there. Cliffy Floors, you have an axe to grind. Absolutely, that's what we're going to be doing. CPU 22 girl, good morning. Welcome in. Hope your morning is going well. I feel like I'm talking fast and yelling. That's not good. Too much coffee? No, never. All right, we'll slow down. Kind of hurts my head to talk that fast. We have a couple people down with us. I don't know which car they're going for. Probably the one I'm going for. So I'm sure the little dune buggies are a little bit faster, but you can't go wrong with an armored vehicle. I think it's just overall betterish. You never see one of those little dune buggies in the last circle. Just saw somebody land over here. So yeah, I'm not, whoa, a little loose on the corner there. Had a little bit of oversteer. Yeah, they need to do something about the vehicle game. I mean, it's getting to the point it's not really fun to play anything except for that. You know, I thought we heard footsteps. But I thought, no, there's no way. We're out here by ourselves. Except for the guy that we saw land right in front of us. So we're going to lose our contract. We're going to lose our vehicle. We have 2 rounds till we fight. Life is not good in the gulag. Oh. He took offense to me hitting him in the head for some reason. Snarky Goblin, armor that never runs out of diesel. Yeah, I think they should, if they added the diesel situation back to it, I think it would be good. All the vehicles, you know, you got to go to the gas stations, you got to refill them. I think that was a good thing. That way when the last gas station goes out, it'll force people to park their cars and get out at least and rest the engines. Save it for last circle. But right now, just everybody just drives around trolling. It'll be interesting to see what they do. They have the gas stations on the map, so it's not a big deal. They have all that code ready to go, I'm sure. All right. Gonzalez Gamer. What's up, Gonzalez Gamer? I don't know why I said it like that. Gonzalez Gamer did not have it. All right, we are on the totally other side of the map with not a lot of options. We almost should just play for loot, maybe. Play for loot until loadout comes in. We have somebody going for this car right in front of us. Game just got glitchy. Where do we think he went? There he is. Put a couple shots and rotate. Right thing to do is get in this car and get out of here. I mean, if we're not going to shoot the guy... Wow, that was just bad. We wasted all our plates running from the guy. By the time we turned to fight, we had no plates left. Not good. All right, so that'll be our throwaway game, so we get a nice easy lobby this time around. Probably not. I don't know if it works that way. There's not enough people playing Battle Royale solos. We do need more coffee, though, so let's get that going while we're launching. And we're going to go for a win this time. Yeah, again, that was not a gunfight we needed. All we kind of wanted to do was grab our contract, which we did, and grab that Jeep. So, yeah, not good. I actually need to make a couple more of these. I have some friends that want them. They're the little railroad spike twisted knives, so they're kind of cool. They're easy to make. I mean, they might take 2 hours to finish up, I guess. But yeah, they work good. It's the railroad steel is not as hard as I thought it was going to be, so it's probably not a good long-term knife. I mean, I wouldn't go using this for a survival knife, but it's a fun little knife. Looks good on a shelf. All right, we're up to a 91 millisecond ping time. Looking for a game. Not good. We still only have 3 friends playing, which is kind of weird. I guess Wednesdays are bad. Cap D, Tweaker, and Snarky Goblin are the only people on right now. And I think Snarky Goblin just leaves his computer or console on because he's always on. Snarky, let me know. Are you always just playing the game, or you just have your console on? Because I'm sure I can wake up like at 2 in the morning and Snarky Goblin is playing. Level 458, Prestige Master. Yeah, we're not Prestige anything. We are level 55 Commander. Have not prestiged up at all. We're just afraid to do that. Last thing I want is for something. So you just leave the console on. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Get updates quicker that way. I don't know. We probably need to save the planet, not just burn electricity all day long if you don't need it. Actually, I don't care. Do what you want to do. The Dragon King. What is going on? AK-47 or SOG? I don't know if there's an AK-47 in this game. There is an AK-74. I think that's what you're talking about. The SOG, man, I don't know. Ground loot SOG, I've had great luck with it up close, but it's only good to about 8 meters. Anything beyond that. Yeah, the AK-74 is I think the meta right now. Now the build I have is more sniper support, so it's a little longer range. But it's a little jumpy to be a primary AR. But up close it works pretty good. If you hit your shots. You put the 50-round magazine on it, you can pretty much just hold the trigger down for quite a while. But the Dragon King, thanks for the comment over on YouTube. But I've never actually built the SOG up. I know when BO6 first came out, there was a blueprint SOG that was like $500. You could buy it at a buy station. So you almost had to use it because it was so cheap. All right, let's go for this car, this contract, and then we'll disappear in the back of the map somewhere for a while. Take a nap. And again, we should probably be looking for less contentious vehicles if we want to survive longer. And I did say we're playing for the win this time, so we need to be as careful as possible. Someone next to us just let some pistol shots go. We just saw a tracer go by. Didn't know we had tracers on pistols, but I guess it's a thing. Don't want to spend too much time in here. But at least we have a plate and a weapon of some type. And a nice open buy state or a contract. As long as there's nobody in that window shooting us in the driver's door, we should be okay here. Got to move before he gets to that upstairs window. We do not have a weapon to challenge him with, so we're not even going to worry about it. We're going to stick to our game plan, which was contracts. We're going to swap out our car up here. Get the 1999 model instead of the older one. You know, my mini truck is a 1991. It's one of the last years of carbureted Hondas. I think a couple years after that, they went to fuel injection on all their cars. And I kind of wish I had a fuel injected mini truck, but the one I have is pretty good. As long as you run ethanol-free gas in it, it does fine. The little side-by-side that I that I bought Mrs. P is fuel injected, so that should work out really well for her. All right, we just saw somebody across here with a sniper. We know that that doesn't work well for us, but we tried it anyway. Now I think this is one of those drive-in secures. You can actually just pull right in the front door and hang out. Perfect. Now we are hunted. Not going to waste time trying to loot. We're just going to finish this contract, go to a buy station. First time chat, Barco87. What is going on? Thanks for jumping in over on Twitch. Now we should probably go back out of the circle to... We might even try one more of these. I know, we shouldn't be doing this. We should just get out of here. So we're going to try contract first, because it's going to go in the smoke. And then we'll go load out after that. Depending on where it ends up. Hope we don't get a contract camper sitting here. I don't think the guy driving the car around should worry about campers. I think we're like the worst of the worst, being the car guy. All right, so this is an upstairs secure. What was that noise? All right, so we got our... We needed a better gun. I can't see anything with that optic. Barco, risk a lot of people with aimbot. Meet a lot of cheaters. Yeah, old guy watching another old guy trying to survive the Warzone. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Barco. You know, I don't know how bad the cheating is. I mean, obviously we ran into a few. But I think overall, it's just the TTK on the game is erratic. And I think their hitbox mapping on the models is not good. They have too many different hitboxes with too many different damage values to it. And I just think whoever writes their code just doesn't get it right all the time. I mean, we just simple things like attachments on weapons sometimes are broken. Can you imagine all the hitboxes and all the models and all the damage values being correct? It's just not a thing. Move, little man. No! Chuck Norris got us. Yeah, we took a little thermal damage there. You made a risky play to go out and challenge people. Yeah, we had the wrong gun to challenge anybody there. That Kilo with the optic is horrible. If you can find an iron sight Kilo, it's pretty good, but the optic ones inside 25 meters, you are going to get worked. And as soon as we jumped off that balcony, I knew we had a problem. It was like, yeah, we shouldn't do this. We should have just stick in there and finish our contract, get in our car, go to the loadout. It's $50 to cheat, and people make money off of it. So the challenge in the game is intense. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know why people would cheat. I don't know what they get out of it. So our KD is hovering at a 1.7. We're not really doing great. We have had 4 wins. Recently, third place is as good as we've done today. We had a third and a fifth, but we're not getting the wins. We had a win a couple days ago on stream, but those are few and far between. Barco, you should stick to your safe plan. Yeah, that's what we were going to do last game. It was going to be a nice safe game, but when we were hunted, the guy was showing up. I figured, oh, he's on a 4-wheeler right outside. We had some elevation on him. All we had to do was get those shots on. But when we missed those shots, we shouldn't have chased. We should have just said, okay, well, at least he'll think about coming up and challenging us. And we could have went back in, finished our contract, and it was good. 007, so they can brag how good they think they are. Yeah, you know, and that's one of the problems with a lot of the streamers is they think they're really good, and I guess they are. I mean, they play a lot. They should be good. But I think there's a ton of good people that don't stream also. All right, so this time we're going to do what Barco says. We're going to stick to the safe plan. Should have kept the high ground. I went Rambo. Yeah, I went Rambo without the proper weapon, so anything with no optic would have been better than what we had there. How'd that feel? I didn't realize we had a rocket launcher. That was kind of cool. All right, this is a good vehicle map because we have a ton of circle. A ton of the map is not in circle. So the safest play we can make is grab a vehicle, like over here, head for a contract as quick as we can, as far out as we can, like all the way to Quarry if we can get that far. So that's our plan. Vehicle, long road to Quarry. And this should not be a contentious vehicle because it's like downtown. I think most people that go to downtown are looking for gunfights, not to jump in a vehicle and go for a ride. Now, it would be nice to pick up a weapon before we go on this long journey, but that's okay. Yeah, but they are fronting. More fun to watch real game. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. Back when I first started streaming, there was a streaming boot camp on, I think it was YouTube. And it was a bunch of streamers got together and talking about how you should stream and how to get good gameplay. And a lot of players will actually record their gameplay. So they'll go like off peak hours, play a bunch of games, splice together the good gameplay, and then just watch it back while they're streaming so they can interact with chat or do whatever they're doing. And that way they can throw out all the horrible games they have. I hear some gunfights. We're going to stop right here for a second. I would have expected a plate out of that whole mess. But yeah, you string together enough good games to fill your stream, and then you don't have to really concentrate during the game. You can, you know, act very nonchalant that everything is going well. Okay, so our contract just disappeared. No, it didn't. It just unmarked. Man, this thing needs a little lower gear to get up these hills. I think my Jeep would be trashed driving it through here. And as long as you get out of your car before it hits the ground, it usually doesn't take any damage. Uh-oh. Got the guy. He's contract camping. Again, I don't know. He had the compact, so... Man. CPU 22 girl, sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, I agree. It was like, I don't even have enough time in the day to stream and play, so how am I going to play the game for 2.5 hours, or 3 or 4 hours, just to get enough footage to link together to stream later? I guess if it's your job, though, you could afford to do that, or have somebody else play the games. You know, have some of your followers or some of your staff play the game on your account, and then just keep cutting out really good games. Even if they're repeats, nobody's going to know the difference. Barco says, with cheats you can do the same, just easier, but you're real. You have to review your mistakes. It's more fun to play mil sims. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do that a lot. We try to analyze after a game what went really poorly. Like, how did we end up in this gulag? Well, we know we shouldn't have been stalking that guy in that building. He's constantly looking at you through a wall. He wasn't holding his sight on the doorway. You know, I thought he was just listening to me, like footsteps, but maybe he was... I guess I just think the best of everybody. I was going to say, I thought we had plenty of shots on him. Why didn't he go down? All right. Snarky Goblin, I just want to be able to win a few gunfights. Yeah. I think the way to win gunfights is don't get in them. Alright, we're going to play for free loadout at this point. Since this car is still here, maybe we should loot up a little bit. Oh, no, there's a guy right here. Good lord. So he has a Fang 82, and he's just camping this vehicle. Wow. Okay. And that's why we play boot camp. No, we're going to stay on Battle Royale solos. We have time for one more game. And we have about 3/4 of a cup of coffee left, so that's good. Barco, you shoot too low. Your sight should be around the chest, and you can adjust from there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We do shoot low. Yeah, I've tried to aim higher, and a lot of times that doesn't work out well for me. A lot of weapons with the iron sights, if you aim too high, you lose the entire player model behind the sights, and then I have a hard time moving left and right to keep up with them. Now, if you have like a nice red dot optic, yeah, you can aim higher and not have a problem. But anytime I have a pistol or something like that, I do always aim low, unfortunately. And I do that mostly so I can adjust left and right to see where the player model is moving. Yeah, I shoot a lot of kneecaps and toes also, Snarky. That's what we do. Inevitably, I'll have a shotgun and the dude has a SOG. Yeah, it's hard to beat that SOG, even with a shotgun. By the time you shoot, load, and shoot, you're already dead. So not a lot you can do about that. I mean, you almost have to shoot, move, get cover, reload, and re-peek and shoot. If you just stand in a gunfight, you're going to lose all the time. All right. But your mouse and key, right? So you should stick at the chest and hope the recoil does the job. You're absolutely right, Barco. I know we shoot too low, and that's been a problem of mine forever. I also crouch too much. You know, I usually crouch walk so I don't make noise. But I think in this game, everybody can hear you anyway, so I don't know that it really matters. But when I crouch walk, I'm pretty much giving away headshots because my head is down where my chest would normally be. And if you ever like peek a corner and you're crouching, you're just asking to lose that gunfight. And I do it all the time. I lose a lot. I'm just glad that our KD is staying at that 1.7 level. We were suffering when BO6, well, actually Modern Warfare 3 we've been suffering. Modern Warfare 2 and before, we would always get at least, I would say at least one win a stream. Not one win, maybe one win every other stream. And since Modern Warfare 3, wins went to 0. And when Verdansk came back out, we've had 3 or 4 wins, but most of that has been map knowledge. A lot of people aren't familiar with the map. So they're not, they're not knowing jump spots and stuff, but they're slowly getting up to speed, and it's getting harder and harder to get a win. You need to get led downrange faster. Start shooting from the hip. I know I have a hard time pre-firing the aim. And I know that's what I need to do, just I don't get it done. All right. This is actually a really good circle for us. Military base finish. Just a matter of how we're gonna get there from here. I think we're gonna go these two and hope for the best. It's not a great part of the town for us. We're actually going to grab the contract first because I don't think that car is going to go away immediately. Game is a little glitchy. It's not on the roof. I have no idea how to get in this building. Now the GRAW used to be the go-to weapon back in the day. It was the bomb. Once you had the GRAW, you didn't need anything else. All right, we got somebody just landed behind us. No, we shouldn't be doing any of this. We should just get in our car and go to the contract. Now, unfortunately, this contract is upstairs in this building, so we're gonna have a little dilemma. Too focused on getting the contract and not good enough to... We knew the guy shot at us when we were on the other side of the house. We kept going. Shoot first, questions later. Absolutely. All right. The Dragon King, what is up? We're always reasonable.
Damn, dude.
Couldn't see you in the smoke. I was just shooting blindly in the smoke, hoping for the best. All right, where are we going? What are we doing? Who we got? We got this and that. Now we'll be more careful-ish. Probably not. Again, we jump in the car, get out of the car, jump in the car. Now, unfortunately, we're right in the middle of circle, so this is not where we really want to be. There's gunfire up on the hill. Somebody's going to snap our neck here. Yeah, so if you're in the car, it takes damage. If you just... We're actually going to get back in our car. We can secure this while we're in the car.
Losing ground. Moving. Good work. Hold down the point and take the door.
Guess we should at least take a gun.
Capture complete. Hell of a job. Uploading information on the gas station.
Got to get rid of this kilo. It's horrible with the optic on it, but it's probably better than this LMG. All right, we have 5,000 and a dream. Let's go get another contract. We're not very careful with our vehicles. You know, they added a bunch of these little goat trails to the map. In the old map, you could never ever get up this hill. You had to take the long way around. Again, this is a one we can secure in the vehicle, so that's good. So unless somebody hits us with a rocket launcher, we're pretty safe. It would be better to get out of the car so we're not lit up on the map. You did shoot higher this time too. Yeah, sometimes if I'm consciously thinking of centering, I'll shoot higher. For my SOG, I use the compensator muzzle. Hold on, let's not read chat while we're in the middle of a situation here. All right, we got a car following us. We'll get back to the Dragon King in a second. He just has a loadout for us to look at. All right, so is this guy just going to pursue us, or looks like he is? So we have a PP 919. We really don't want the gunfight. We don't even have our loadout, so we're going to just keep driving and let him lose interest. But yeah, the SOG, I used to use it all the time. Just because it was a cheap weapon you could buy at the buy station. A lot less inexpensive than anything else. I don't even know where a buy station is around here. All right, we got a guy right behind these hay bales. Got somebody just broke glass next to us. I wasn't brave enough to jump out of the car right there. What do we need? We need everything. And we're going to grab our other loadout in here in a second. Go grab our AK-74. Our 2 boxes. Horrible. You know, we hurt somebody there. All right, so the Dragon King says, for my SOG, I use the compensator muzzle, the reinforced barrel, the vehicle, vertical foregrip, the extended mag 2, and the overpressure fire mod. Doesn't feel bad, but I don't know. Yeah, the SOG is always pretty good. I mean, even the ground loots are pretty good. All right, well, we kind of didn't do well today. I think our best game was a 5th place. That game was horrible. And in fact, our last 3 or 4 games have been pretty bad. So let's look at our stats before we call it a day. So we're still holding at a 1.7. That's about where we go. We kind of fluctuate from like a 1.68 to a 1.73. So I feel okay about that. 3rd place was one of our games today. It looks like the AMAX was our go-to weapon in that game. We also had a 15th place and a 5th place. 5th place, same thing. AMAX was the weapon of choice. I don't think we had any good snipes today. So yeah, that's going to do it. All right, I want you guys to get outside, do something fun today. Come back and tell me about it.